You always get like, you read the title, you're like, oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Today we're going to talk about this Reddit article, female 25, male 25, 10 years, no ring. What do I do? Hi, everyone. I am a female 25 and my boyfriend is a male 25. We met in middle school and we started dating at 16 years old. Okay. We are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. I have given so much of my soul to this man. He moved into my house, took over my entire patio, my entire spare bedroom, and not to mention so much of my emotion and my mind. Okay. I've always tried to do my best as a girlfriend. Obviously, throughout 10 years, stuff has happened, but I have always upheld my love for him and how much he means to me. Long story short, there is no ring in sight. Some can argue we are very young, so maybe it's not the right time, which I understand. But the problem I have is that sometimes I will get frustrated that I have been with him this long with no ring. I will express to him, and he will say, I don't give him any peace, and that this is the reason you don't have one. I'm so confused. My frustrations would not exist if I had one or if he just simply let it be known he wanted to marry me. I'm looking for more insight. Please be brutally honest. I don't want to leave him, but I feel as though I'm doing a disservice to myself.
Yes, you are doing a disservice to yourself. You need to drop this man and go find your self-esteem.
Before we get into yes, I agree with you. Oh my God. But let's get into this. Though. She is right. They're very, very young to be getting married. Okay. 2, you've been with this person since you were a teenager. You have no other experiences. You haven't dated anyone else. So, and there might be some resentment there. Okay. 2, you, in the beginning of talking about him, you say that he moved into your house. He took over your patio and over an entire space. That sounds like resentment. Like you're like resenting that he's taking up space in the place.
He's using you.
Yes. You're convenient. And then when you ask him about marriage, he's like, you don't give me any peace. This is the reason you don't have one. B, he ain't interested in marrying you.
No, absolutely not.
That is crazy. If you have to convince someone to marry you, if you have to convince someone to propose to you, you have to have constant conversations trying to convince someone that you should be together long term. It ain't gonna work out because if that person was into you, they would have came up already. They would have been talking to you about it. They would have been like, oh, when the time is right, I'm gonna surprise you. But what? Oh my God. No, break up with him. Kick him out of your house. What are you talking about? The fuck? I don't want to leave him because you've been with him for 10 years and you're codependent.
You're codependent. You don't know anything else. You need to stop it.
I bet you the sex is bad too. She didn't say anything, but I bet you it's bad. It has to be.
If they're even having it.
Yeah, that too. What are the upsides? You also likely completely different person than when you started dating. Mm-hmm. He clearly doesn't want to marry you. You're still young and have plenty of time. Original poster. He's a great person. He has great hobbies and is very personable. We have much in common and laugh so much when we are together. Both me and him are different people than 10 years ago. Yes, obviously. Is that supposed to make him just not want to ever get married just because I grew up a little? He's gaslighting you to avoid commitment. Doesn't sound like he's a great person. And then they wrote real. Yeah, like.
Yes. Oh my God, girl. Please stop.
Let's see. He gets most of your house, your body, your best effort as a girlfriend, your devotion and fidelity for 10 years, and you get blamed for being the reason he hasn't proposed yet. Why exactly haven't you thrown him out of your house, on his ass? Set a timeline, stick to it, mean it. Tell him you are not interested in wasting any more of your time if you don't want the same things for the future. And this person, the original poster said, "My favorite reply, LOL." Yeah, as it should be. They responded back, "Beware of the shut up ring. It's a ring given after an ultimatum to keep you quiet, but no wedding date will be set, and he'll drag that out for years until you leave. Mm-hmm. No proposal without a wedding timeline. Yep, don't let your boyfriend keep you from finding your husband." And then they wrote, "For real." Yep. That's true. Yes. I've heard that too. It's like if someone gets really, badgered over and over again about proposing, then they're like, "Okay, I proposed," and then nothing happens. You're 3-4 years later, you still aren't. There's no date set. You're just still engaged. It's like no, they just stringing you along, stringing you along. This person wrote, "A man who wants to marry you will make that happen no matter what. You're going to have to drag this man to the altar. He doesn't want to marry you. Not now and maybe never. Don't cling to a mistake just because you've spent a long time making it. You aren't compatible anymore. He doesn't want to be married.
That's a great quote. quote.
Don't cling to a mistake just because you spent
a long time making it. Yes, we need that on a sticker. We need to post that places.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good quote. It's a pretty good quote. They wrote, "You aren't compatible anymore. He doesn't want to be married. You do. If he proposes now, he's going to give you a shut-up ring. He's not discussing this honestly. His responses are flippant and disrespectful, boiling down to stop nagging me. What you want is at 15 is different than what you want at 25. Thank goodness." And the original poster wrote, "Thank you for your honesty." This person wrote, "Things to think about. 1, he may not want to get married at all. If the relationship is good overall and everyone is mostly happy, then will a piece of metal and paper make it more? That may not be a goal of his. 2, follow up the 'you give me no peace' with 'why do you say that?' without being confrontational or combative. If it takes couples therapy, then do it, but get the reason he says that. 3, stay with the status quo and not worry about it. 4, leave and find someone who will show you value and want the same goals as you do. If you give an ultimatum, you will lose. Even if you get married, he will resent it. More than likely, he'll fuck off and then you will be resentful. There is no winning with an ultimatum. You just have to prepare for the worst outcome. For myself, I make it abundantly clear I am never getting married again. For some women I have dated, stayed for a while, and some bowed out right away. But the communication was upfront and clear. I am currently dating someone who also does not want to get married and also wants to maintain her own living space." Original poster. This was a very informative post and helped me a lot. Although I would say 90% of the time the ultimatum doesn't work, but sometimes it does. Not in this situation. Yeah. It has to be like something, I wouldn't say like getting married kind of situations, but sometimes with like setting a boundary. Sometimes someone has to hear like, "Oh, you're seriously gonna leave me if I don't change this behavior," and it does. But I would say 90% of the time it doesn't work. They are right. If you give an ultimatum, 90% of the time that relationship is over.
Yeah. Yeah, for like the should I stay, should I go issue, ultimatums doesn't work, because if you have to give an ultimatum, then the relationship should just end.
Yeah.
But like you said, for like behavioral issues,
behavioral stuff,
that could work.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she deserves better. She should leave, because you're just being used.
Absolutely being used. Get out of this relationship. 10 years, bro.
No.
You're not happy.
No.
We laugh. That's not enough.
So? So you can laugh with anybody.
You really can.
He's got good hobbies. So millions of people have great hobbies. Oh my God, no.
Run. Just run.
It's her house. She's kick him the fuck out.
Yes. That also tells you something. I'm like, you're more responsible to him. You had a house that he moved into because he didn't have his shit together. Y'all didn't get a place together. You had your shit together and he moved in. Yeah. Get out of this relationship.
Take out the trash. Move on.
Yeah. That's our opinion. Thanks for watching.